shit just got real. It is cold out this morning and windy. Look at, I got this new fancy Carhartt hat on that I just bought a couple weeks ago. Didn't think I'd have to pull it out yet, but apparently I did. I got the Milwaukee Demolition version gloves on. They suck. They're nice gloves, but man, they they were the thicker ones out of the two when I went and looked at them at Home Depot. They're only like 10 bucks, but they I grabbed the thicker out of the two thinking, you know, they'd be great for fall. Absolutely not. My hands just froze on that lawn. It's like 43 degrees outside, which isn't too cold for my area, to be honest with you. But the last few days it's been mid to high 80s and I've been sweating my butt off, and now it just dropped back down to cold temps again. I just mowed that one there, which I've had that one for a few years. And then last year I picked this one up, so I mowed it last year and this year, but she put it up for sale. I've showed you guys these properties before. This is the one where from the driveway over to the telephone pole there in the spring is that onion grass. It is chunky and slime. But anyway, usually I do a thing with them like I've explained in my past videos where, you know, I double their weekly amount every week in the fall, and then I bag up or I mulch up all their leaves and I blow their flower beds out each week when I come. That way I stay on top of it instead of doing one big fall cleanup, because, you know, leaves never fall at the same time. You know, you come in and do one big fall cleanup, and then for those of you that don't know, I do it this way. A couple days after you leave, it look like you never been there because the rest start to fall. So this way I'm getting paid for my extra time and work, but at the same time I you know, I can stay up on it from week to week, and customers really like that. But she doesn't want to do that plan this year. She didn't like it when she got her bill for October and November last year, so I told her this year I'll just keep mowing it each week and just break the leaves up the best I can, just mowing over at one time, and then at the end I'll come in and do one final blowout and clean up, and I'll charge her accordingly for that. This one here, she would still stay on it, but she finally just sold the house. It was for sale all summer. I didn't think she was going to sell it. They wanted $726,000. That's the lower Niagara River right on the other side. Beautiful house, beautiful property, but the house needs a lot of work. I didn't think she'd sell it, but she just contacted me the other day, and I guess it's sold, and they're closing on the 16th, which is next week. So she wanted me to mow it this week, and then possibly again next week, and then she'll let me know from there. But she's going to pass my info on to the new guy that bought it. So he's a psychiatrist, and I'm hoping that he's not the type of guy that's motivated to do his own lawn. That way I can keep doing it, keep doing them both side by side. But anyway, it's cold, and I'm down on the river and on Lake Ontario all day, and I got my hair cut yesterday. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's kind of dark in here, but I have my barber, after he cuts the top down and fades the edges right up here at the top. I get the squared off fade. I don't like the rounded one, but anyway, he fades me down with a straight razor, and not a lot of barbers can do that, but mine can without leaving a line, you know. But he does it without leaving a line, so I am bald all the way around the sides and the back. So it is cold on my melon this morning, which is why I'm wearing this new Carhartt hat I bought a couple weeks ago at Tractor Supply for like $12. This thing is awesome. Awesome. I love it. But all right, let's see what kind of trouble I can get into today.
You guys didn't really think you'd get away with a video without me talking, did you? This is, I don't know how much you can tell. Like I've said before, you can never tell this stuff on camera, but I think that I'm going to figure out a way to mount cameras up higher when I do stuff like this. Now, this grass is 7 inches plus tall. You can kind of see it moving with the wind there, and it has to be, you know, somewhat tall for the wind to actually be moving it, make it trail back and forth like that. But it's always like this. This yard is never ending like this year round. This is the one I've showed you guys in the past. I had the 2 duplexes in a row and then the house, and now the only thing I've left is this duplex. The other one, the guy just decided he didn't want to pay anymore, and the house sold. So it's just this one, and it always grows like this, and all of them did in a row. The 2 duplexes and the house, the backyards, every single week they're like this. You can cut them down to 3 inches, cut them down to 2 3/4 if you want, but they're right back up there the following week, and they don't fertilize at all. It's just, I think when these were all put in, it was a real, no pun intended, but a shitty job on the septic systems, and they leak, and I think that's what keeps, even when we have our droughts and everybody else's yard is brown, these yards are always green, bright green. Could be some radioactive stuff going on here, who knows? But anyway, so I cut it down, obviously, well, not obviously, but with the Great Dane down to 3 inches, and now I'm just running over it with the Accelerator 6.2. I absolutely love this accelerator. Like you guys know that have been following me for any period of time, this is my second one that I've owned. And the other one I had it on when I had my Exmark Vantage 52 stander and my Exmark Vantage 36 stander, which I've regrettably sold both of them. Not so much the 36, I sold it to Ryan so I can still use it whenever, but I do regret selling the 52. But anyway, that's another story for another time. So, you know, right in a minute here, you'll see I actually stop and I have to dump it out. I can notice it's leaving some grass behind, and that's the good thing about this property, that that field tall brush stuff in the back there, I can dump there. It's no big deal. And yeah, see right in here, I'm noticing that there's some grass being left behind, and it wasn't even that the grass catcher was full. It wasn't even half full. Turns out I was just going a little too fast, and this grass was really wet and thick, so it was clogging up the mouth of the bagger. But you know, that'll happen. But this thing does hold a lot of grass. But just a little quick one today, and tomorrow starts my Monday list. It's actually Saturday tomorrow, and Ryan's going to help me for the next few days. So got to get them done so I can go to GIE.